As the media and their Democrat compatriots obsess about Omarosa or Michael Cohen or even John Brennan, President Trump is methodically putting a conservative imprint on the judiciary, and not just on the Supreme Court.
You know, when I got in, we had over 100 federal judges that weren't appointed. Now, I don't know why Obama left that. It was like a big, beautiful present to all of us. It was like the gift from heaven. We were left judges. They're the ones that judge on your disputes. They judge on what's fair on the environment and what's not fair, where they're going to take your farms and factories away and where they're not.
In only 20 months, he's nominated and the Senate has confirmed 26 new district court judges and a record 24 federal appeals court judges, with 2 more appellate court nominees scheduled for votes this week. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell should get huge plaudits for making Trump's judicial confirmations a priority. Yet conservatives are still frustrated. But why? Well, because the most notoriously activist and the most reverse circuit court in the nation, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals out west, is still sitting with 7 vacancies. Before Trump took office, the Ninth Circuit was totally lopsided, with 18 Democratic and 7 Republican appointees. Trump has managed to get 1 nominee through from Hawaii, and another from Idaho is likely to be confirmed later this year. Plus, a Seattle attorney was nominated to the court this summer. But still, now more than half of the 13 circuit court vacancies remaining nationwide are out in the Ninth Circuit. And what's more concerning is that the White House has yet to nominate anyone for the 3 open seats in California. I can think of a few good nominees. The reason for this lies with the time-honored practice known as blue-slipping court nominees. That's the courtesy of giving a state's 2 senators an opportunity to say yay or nay to the judicial nomination of a president going forward. And the Democrats, by the way, are already accusing the Republicans of messing with this 100-year-old tradition, which is kind of funny, considering that in 2013, Democrats themselves chose to go what they call nuclear and ended the ability of opponents to filibuster trial and appellate court nominations. And when Harry Reid, by the way, announced the change, it was all, of course, making perfect sense.
The rule change will make cloture for all nominations other than the Supreme Court a majority threshold vote, yes or no. The Senate is a living thing, and to survive it must change, as it has over the history of this great country. To the average American, adapting the rules to make the Senate work again is just common sense.
Just common sense. Okay, well, it's time for Senate Republicans to use their own common sense to bust the current standoff with California Senators Kamala Harris and Dianne Feinstein. As all these seats sit empty on the Ninth Circuit, it continues on its progressive merry way. So is it time to formally ditch the slip? The argument against doing that, after all, could be that this could all come back to bite Republicans big time when a Democrat wins the White House down the road. And I get that. I understand it. But given how the Ninth Circuit has stymied key elements of the president's agenda, I think we're kind of past the point of worrying about Senate traditions. The Ninth Circuit is completely out of control. From reversing the president's travel ban last year to blocking Trump on sanctuary cities, it's essentially been acting like an extension of the anti-Trump resistance. There is another option, though, that is short of killing the blue slip altogether, and it would just be to minimize its effect. In other words, the views of the home state senators are still a factor in selecting judicial nominees, but they're not the equivalent of an automatic veto over any president's picks. But we need to face facts. Even if the president fills all the open seats with terrific constitutional conservatives, the makeup of that Ninth Circuit runaway court will still be 16 Democrat appointees and 13 Republican nominees. But certainly there'd be a better chance to have balance in any random 3-judge panel, right? The odds are better that way. And that wouldn't just be better, by the way, for the president or his agenda. It would be better for the rule of law, the Constitution, and the country. And that's the angle.